defense a little bit? Can you tell us a little bit about what to expect in the game Saturday?
Yeah, we checked out all the games they played this year. Their D coordinator is definitely, you can tell he's got some experience for sure. He draws up a lot of different. They do a lot of different things on defense, throw some different things at you, different looks, try to disguise stuff, and they got a great group of athletes to do that with. So, yeah, it's gonna be a great challenge. I'm excited to see what Coach Ludwig's got for us to dial up and see what we can throw at them.
Little extra itch for this game, though. I mean, considering you do know the head coach there and the big stadium, the big crowd, lots of stuff going on for this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes down to it, it's another game, and we want to go 1-0 this week, and that's our plan. If we're going to be a championship team, we gotta take care of business on the field. We gotta eliminate distractions and just make it about playing football and playing our best football.
What do you think both of you guys are going to look at when you look across the field and see Coach Oak over there in that Michigan blue? What's going to go through your mind? You think is it going to be a little bit of a shock?
I mean, not really. I don't think I've ever looked at a head coach on the other team. I think you're always checking out the 11 guys on the other side of the ball. I know Miles has probably got read keys he's got to be looking at, and I don't think anybody with a headset's a part of those. So you're looking at people with helmets on, not anybody else.
Yeah, same deal. I mean, he's not going to be out there on the field, so just got to worry about what we're going to do, and that's all we're really worried about.
Miles, what does Denard Robinson pose? What kind of challenges does he pose for you this week? This defense?
He's a big challenge. He's he's their best player. He's what they designed their offense around, I feel, and he's very explosive and dynamic. He can do a lot with the football. He can obviously, he can throw it and he can run it around a lot. So we're gonna have our hands full, and it's up to the coaches to draw up schemes to be able to put us in best position to make plays.
How do you stop Denard Robinson?
Denard Robinson, you gotta bottle him up. You can't give him too much space, because the more space you give a guy like that, he's just so explosive and quick and dynamic that he'll make you miss in the open field. And everybody's got to do their job on every given play and make sure that we execute.
Miles, Rocky said that Al Ward probably knows personnel better than anybody here ever faced. How much do you just do what you're going to do, and if he beats you, he beats you, or do you change things up so you can't predict what you might be doing?
That's something that's completely up to the coaches and what our game plan is, and it's not for me to talk about. And every game, though, no matter what it is, there's going to be differences in how we play certain things, and so that's where we're going to go. We're going to go out, and whatever the defense that's called, as defensive players, we're just going to go out and execute that and play 110% and sprint around and fly to the football.
Are people around campus asking you guys about playing against Michigan and specifically Brady Hoke? And this can't be the first time you've been asked about it. Is it getting tiresome, old, or do you just make it part of the deal?
It's a little bit new right now just because it's the start of the week, but I've got people coming out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, you're playing in the big house, once in a lifetime opportunity," and it is, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and anytime you get to play football, it's a lot of fun, but on a stage like that, it's great and it's electric being able to play in front of that many people, and we're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I think people outside this team are making it a lot bigger deal than it is. I guess it's understandable, but like Miles said, it's a whole lot of fun. It's an awesome opportunity to go play at a place with a ton of tradition, and like you said, we're just blessed to be able to play the game, and it's going to be a lot of fun this weekend.
Miles, Jake Feely playing right next to you as a linebacker has had a great start to the season. Can you tell me a little bit about what you've seen from him, what he means to the defense?
Jake's a great player, and he's just one of those guys. He's smaller for a linebacker, but if you're going to be able to play Division I football, as being a smaller linebacker, that just means that there's something extra special about you. And he's one of those guys that gives you everything he's got on every play, and he has tremendous ability to make blockers miss and to strike into the backfield and make plays behind the line of scrimmage. And a very coachable kid, can make the right adjustments for you, and a good player in the pass and the run. It's just amazing to see he was able to come in right away and have an impact as such a young player, and we're really proud of him and what he's doing so far, and he's going to continue to do great things.
Have either of you played in an atmosphere like what you're going to face on Saturday?
I think Notre Dame was similar. I don't remember exactly how many, what their capacity is, but I remember it was loud. It was exciting. It was the same deal. Place with a ton of tradition, and you know, it's going to be a lot of fun, and then that kind of thing. It's great to be a part of, and definitely makes the game exciting.
Are you getting more comfortable with your set of receivers? It looked like last week you spread the ball around. You got your tight ends involved. I mean, how key is that going to be to open it up for Ronnie this weekend?
Yeah, I think it's going to be something that as we continue to grow as an offense, we're going to get everybody the ball. We got a lot of weapons. Both Colin and Dylan are really growing into good players. I think they're going to get open. They're going to make plays for us, and we all know what Gavin and Alston and Bryce and all the tight ends can do. So I'm excited the way we keep growing, and we're going to have a whole lot of weapons to spread it around to.
As team leaders, will you talk to some of the younger guys who are playing quite a bit about what they're going to face? And if so, what would you tell them about how to not let the moment get too big and not let the crowd affect them?
I mean, I think a big part of it is you can't go into it. You just go into it like you would any other game. You got to go in. You got to be consistent every single week. You go out there, and coming off a big win against a great team in Washington State, you can't get complacent this week. And that's one thing that we got to stress. We got to go out there and work every single day, because every day is just so valuable in preparing for Saturday and what we're going to do.
Rocky was your D coordinator last year, different role. This year he's the head guy. Has he changed it?
No, I mean, other than running the team as a head coach, he's consistent in what he does, and he's still a great coach, and he's still, you know, calling signals as the D coordinator, and you know, doing a great job at it. He's got a great defensive mind, but on top of that, he's a great leader. I've said it before, and he's leading this team the right way and putting us in position to make plays.
Miles, Coach said with the signals, they might know your signals because they've coached you guys for the last 2 years. He might change them up. Has he, and how will you adjust to that?
It's one of those things that we're just going to go in there today and see, you know, during meetings as we get together as maybe as a defense and in position meetings, see what they're going to do with that whole situation. As players, we're still a little bit in the dark on what exactly they're going to do with that.
If he does, is that hard for you, or do you think it'll be easy?
No, I think it'll be, you know, pretty easy to pick up. It's you know, one of those things that we know what the defense is. All they're going to do is maybe put a different thing to it, and you know, we've been running the same things for so long that it should be all right.
Ryan, you compared this game to maybe going into Notre Dame those few years back. With all the success the team's had these past couple seasons, how is the team's mindset different than it might have been a couple years ago going into Notre Dame?
It's completely different. I don't know if you can even make a comparison. But this team, I think, is confident. I think we're definitely confident in our abilities, and we're always excited for a challenge. I think if anything, we want to play some top teams like a Michigan. You know, we're excited for the competition level that brings, and they're a great team. They've had a great year, pulled out some great games, and we're just definitely just excited for the challenge.
Do you feel like this team's good enough to win even if you don't play perfectly, whereas maybe a couple seasons ago you had to play perfect to beat a team like Notre Dame?
You know, I think every game we want to go in and play our best football. So I think, you know, I think for us we want to play a perfect game every week, and that's our goal. And we know it's going to be a 60-minute fight, maybe even longer, and we need to go in prepared for that, mentally ready for that, and just ready to play our best football every rep.
Coach Long had mentioned that when Coach Hope took the job at Michigan, he said, you know, if you want to come to Michigan, you can. And he said he wanted to stay here because he didn't want you guys to start over. How great was that to have a guy who said, I want to stay here and keep the ball rolling?
That means a lot. It was absolutely instrumental in our continued success. He really has kept the traditions moving and the toughness moving, and just the team chemistry. What Coach Long's been able to do, and you know, as a head coach, and continuing to help us get better every day is huge. And you know, we're just 100%, you know, in on what he's doing.
Do you still see some things that Coach Hope brought here that you have still maintained and continued on, ideologies, plays, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think there's universals of winning. I mean, there's universals of being a competitor. To be honest, I've been reading some John Wooden books, and I think John Wooden was our coach last 2 years. I mean, there's some things that in any sport, you know, a coach is gonna gonna get preached to his team, things about teamwork, camaraderie, sticking together, and those are things that, regardless of where you're at, basketball, volleyball, football, if you can kind of harp those things on your team, then you're going to be successful. And I think that's things we realized helped us be successful, and we just continued, and like Miles said, just kept it rolling.
Coach Long also mentioned, I asked him about, he brought up that he didn't think the players would have a vendetta against Coach Hope because he did leave. Is that true? And he also mentioned that you guys were probably happy for him because he got his dream job. Is that true as well? I'd like to hear more of you.
Yeah, there's no animosity at all for that. You know, he said before that was his dream job, and you're probably only going to get that opportunity once in a lifetime, and he took it. There's absolutely no animosity for it, and he's done a lot of great things for our program and for us, and you know, he was a great guy, and we can only have appreciation for all that. But yeah, definitely, you know, no animosity. This game is just it's another game. It's the next one on our schedule, and you know, no matter who it is, we're going to go out there and prepare the same way, and that's 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just echo everything Miles said. When it comes down to it, yeah, you need to understand it's a business, and it didn't change the way any of us prepared for this season individually as a team. So yeah, there's really nothing you can take away from it that's any kind of hard feelings.
Miles, in the Army game last week, the defense made big plays at the end of the game. In the past, they talked about the defense fainting here and not being able to make those plays. Why are you able to make those now? Why is this defense better than it had been?
It's all a mentality. I mean, obviously we've gotten better at playing team defense and people making plays and finding playmakers, but it's most of it is a mentality of just finishing, and that's what we've harped on all off season, and how we've trained is to finish, and you know, finish through the line, finish the workout, go extra, go above and beyond, and you know, just you never give up at the end of the game. No matter where you're at, you play like the score is 0-0, and you play with your hair on fire. And I think we've been able to do that, and on top of that, have playmakers come in and make big plays in big situations.
What do you guys think of Ronnie Hillman's name starting to get mentioned a little bit with the Heisman race?
It's great. I think anytime somebody can get recognized for the success and the work they put in, it's awesome. I think it not only puts him on the map, puts San Diego State on the map, and I think he feels the same way about it, that it's kind of a team recognition, and he's always a humble guy to put his offensive line out there, and he knows that they make things go for him, and they played great, and I think it's just hopefully those things continue.
You guys said that you didn't have any hard feelings for Hoke leaving and taking his dream job, but both of you probably could have entered the draft and got your dream job in the NFL. But what made you guys want to come back for the season?
I think you make a commitment, you stick to it, and for us both, you know, we committed to come here, get an education, and play football, and we're finishing that out the right way, the way you're supposed to do it. When you, like I said, when you make that. You make that bond, you kind of stick to your word. So that's just, at least on my part. I don't know how Miles feels, but that was, I was gonna do what was right.
Yeah, I can echo that 100%. Everything what Ryan said is, you know, you made a commitment, and on top of that, all these guys here are your brothers, and you have an extra year to play with them. Then why not take it?